Welcome back to StabbyQuest. In episode 6, we pick back up with the crew just as they discover a stone coffin in a hidden section of a merchant ship. Sarowyn still hasn't seen any signs of the men she's tracking down. Could the denizen of this coffin be her first clue? We'll find out. I would like to take a quick moment to thank everyone who is listening to this adventure and reviewing it on iTunes and Google Play. Over the last week, the downloads have absolutely spiked. It really means a lot to us as a group and to me in particular. I'm glad you're enjoying the story and the shenanigans. And don't forget to check out the subreddit r/StabbyQuest to drop us questions or to read up on specific points, including writing about the campaign and the adventure itself. I'll have a longer post going up this weekend, and after this episode, I can start to leak out a little more information about what's going on. And with that, on to the episode.
Okay, this is really starting to freak me
Detect
out,
evil.
guys.
Detect evil. Detect evil.
I think he wants to detect evil.
Okay. So yeah, you can detect evil, and from the underneath the lid of the coffin, you can see light shining out all around it.
We have a vampire.
We've got a vampire, boys.
All right, can I walk up to the coffin?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good idea.
And can I open it?
Careful.
You can open it, but you'll need to make a strength check because it's probably very heavy.
Where's the strength? Oh, 13.
Yeah, so yours is +1. So you had +1 to whatever you roll.
4.
You rolled a 4 total?
Yes.
Okay, so you get up to it, and your thin little lithe arms, you're like, and you're going to have to get help or something.
Get a hernia. You have a hernia.
All right,
Yeah.
so I turn around to my crew.
All right, so the 5 men who are standing there, shrug.
Do we really want to be opening this?
I know.
Before we're,
I want to
ready
kind of
for
look
it?
at the chests.
Yeah, I would say go
before.
over the chests first.
Like,
The dwarf is interested in the chest as well.
Let them do the chest, but I am not taking my eyes off the coffin.
Okay,
Okay, you guard the coffin. We'll go open this stuff.
so
I'm going to fuck that shit up in about 5 seconds, so...
all right, so
He just keeps casting detect evil over and over, unsure. It's got to be evil. It's definitely evil.
is it evil? Oh my god, it's still evil. What if I wait a bit?
Oh, I can't wait.
it's evil 10 seconds after.
While you guys have been trying to figure out what to do, the dwarf is already over at the one of the chests that's closest to the door you came in, and he's shaking his head back and forth. And he comes back over and he goes, "Oh, this is beyond my pay grade."
What do you mean?
What he's meaning is that whoever made those locks, that's well beyond my ability to open.
Hey, could you bash it with a hammer, maybe?
I mean, you could do anything.
Can I hit it with my sword?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Charters,
You
go
could.
bash
Can
that
I
thing
cleave
open.
it in
Yeah,
two?
I mean,
Why not?
if you want to,
How do I do that?
you have to make I don't think you actually need to make a ranged attack or an attack roll on something that is an inanimate object. I don't know. Let's just say, okay, so you wind up and you overhead swing, hit it, and your sword goes bouncing off like a rubber ball.
Oh boy.
Well, at least
Okay.
you tried, man.
I'm gonna recommend someone do the thingy where they detect the thingy on the thingy.
How
I
specific?
don't have to roll anything, man. It's definitely magical.
All right. Yeah, I mean, if we can't open these things, I think we should open the coffin.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm fine with that.
Does Sarowyn know anything about fucking vampires?
No.
I mean, we never established
okay.
this was a vampire.
Hey, do you think this guy's the tailor? Because remember in that book we read,
Maybe.
it said, "May the tailor bless his sons." Is there any I do a perception check on the top of it and see if there's any symbolisms or whatever.
Okay. You can just look. There's nothing on it. It's like a very clean looking stone coffin.
All right. So can everyone that isn't full of armor get in a place where they could attack something if it pops out without getting killed?
Yeah, but you can all take
Before we
battle
open this
stances
thing
if
up?
you want to. Someone's got to move the lid off if you want to open it, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get right next to it and open it up.
Okay. What are you guys doing? The rest of you?
Do we try to help? I'm going to try to help him open it.
Okay.
And I'm pulling out my dagger just in case.
Okay.
Would I be able to open this on my own or no?
You probably, with 2 people, you can do it.
Okay, 2 people. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, what's Cosmo doing? Is he's chilling, right?
Cosmo's been on your shoulder the whole time.
Okay, cool. He hasn't really said it.
The bird that we always forget about until 2 hours. And
Yeah, pretty much.
15
Well,
minutes into this.
he doesn't say much.
He doesn't say much. That's true.
I love it.
So, Chester, where are you at?
I'm backing away nervously, but still in the room, but like uncertain about what is about to happen.
Okay. Over towards the door that you came in?
Yeah, that sounds good. But like watching them open the thing, like I'm backing out, so watching them open the coffin carefully.
Okay. All right, so you guys managed to push the top of the coffin off and set it down on the side. And sure enough, there is a dead-looking human man in the coffin. And he's wearing important-looking robes, but his body kind of looks shriveled, as if he was half embalmed. So almost like the skin is shrinking around his skull and hands and such. And he has a bit of a sheen on his skin as well. He's also wearing a weighty golden amulet that is resting on his chest, featuring an embossed ram's head, but the horns, instead of ending in points, they end in like jagged, broken tree trunks.
Ram's head with tree trunk horns?
Yeah.
Is that symbol the thing that's giving off the evil thing? The evil aura?
No, it's this. Now you can see that the aura is actually coming from the person.
I would like to start swinging my mace arm and ask the party if there's any reason I should not kill this, like smash this guy's face right now because I'm about to.
I can't think of a valid reason, and I say go for it.
Smash him in the face, man.
Yeah, I just take a step back because like Cosmo is going like rap rap rap.
Why do you want to smash him in the face?
He's evil. I can see it. I'm a paladin and I can tell.
All right. Well, I trust you.
The other dwarf is looking what's the word? He's not sure how this is going to go.
Neither am I.
Okay. So, I mean, he's standing still. I don't think you need to roll an attack roll. So you come in for an overhead swing. And the same thing that happened to Tartarus' sword happens to your flail. And
Son of a bitch.
as quickly as that spiked head hits the guy in the coffin, it bounces back in the other direction, sending you back a foot till you regain your footing. So at this point, you think, okay,
shit.
Not only is there illusion magic here, but there's some sort of protective barrier around the trunks and this person.
I say we check out the rest of... obviously, nothing's going to happen with that guy or whatever he's got over there. So why don't we just kind of mosey on out and see what else is in that big room that we just left?
Before we do that, can I do a religion check on his symbol?
Yeah, absolutely.
12 total.
It doesn't look like any symbol that you've seen before.
Okay.
Or at least not of any like known deity that you know of.
All right. I agree that we should just take note of this and move on, but I'm coming back for him.
All right. So the other dwarf is kind of you get the feeling from him that we should get out of here.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm already out.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So everybody out. Dwarf follows behind you. What are you going to do?
We're still looking for Sarahwin's guys, right?
Well, so far, I mean, you've crawled through this place, and it doesn't seem like there's anything here.
So it's just filled with crates and stuff?
Well, these are the crates that these people have been moving back and forth, you think. The dwarf told you that he's been seeing crates come back and forth, from the town onto this ship. And so you suspect that that's what these are.
Oh, okay. What did I do with that sickle?
I'm assuming that you're still holding it. You didn't put it down.
Oh, okay, cool. I switch hands because it's wicked heavy.
Okay. All right.
Have we checked out every inch of the ship?
You think that you have exhausted most of your, or I should say you've exhausted all of your options.
All right, thinking, putting my thinking cap on. I adjust my moon mask.
You've been in here for a while, and the dwarf is kind of like antsily like saying, we should get out of here. We've been in here for too long.
All right, there's nothing else to look at, I guess. And we can't open anything. There's a dude. Shouldn't we cover that dude back up, maybe?
I think you did. I think you covered him up with the dinghy thing. Now,
No, I mean the friggin' demon guy in the coffin.
Oh.
Did we put the lid back on?
We didn't talk about it, but you tell me. Did you put the thing back on? I'm not going to make you go back in there and do it.
Did we do that, guys?
Sure.
Okay. So
All right.
you covered him back up.
Yeah. For the record, I'm coming back at night and sinking that fucking ship if he's not dead.
Do you guys think that's the captain or
No clue, but we should probably get off the ship until we figure it out.
You did read a journal entry.
Yeah, I know. May the tailor bless his sons.
No, the
page
other one. Yep.
That said that there was a
right,
creepy
yeah.
guy that he goes down for long periods of time and like he messed up or something like that, and if he does it again, he's going to kill him or sink him or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So wait a second.
So he's not the captain, because that was in the captain's log, but
the room to that place is off the captain's quarters.
Maybe this is like his pet vampire or something.
Maybe. Or he, has schizophrenia and doesn't remember.
Well, let's follow the dwarf out.
All right.
All right, so you get yourself back up into the room with the comically large and super light crate. And when you came in here, remember that there was a guard asleep face deep in box wine. So if you're going to open the door, you probably need to slowly check it. I think that you don't need to make a stealth roll here because you stealthily moved in. There should be no reason that anybody would be in there as far as he knows anyway. So who's opening the door?
I will.
All right. So, Sarah, when you creak the door open and angle out and you listen for a bit and you don't hear anything, so you open the door a little bit more and you can see that there is no guard at the table anymore.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
So do I venture out carefully or should I roll something?
No, you can step out and you're certain that there's no guard on this floor anymore.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So then we head out.
All right. So you go from level 2 up to level 1 where you killed the guard. So there's no guard here and there's no other guard here. This is the captain's floor. There is no guards. Well, don't forget, one you killed.
Is it a shift? Is it a shift change?
Good question. Maybe.
All right. So I guess we just continue the path the way that we came in.
Okay.
Wait a second. Is the guard dead in that bucket that we left him in?
Is he still there? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, look.
Yeah. So I perceive.
You don't have to perceive. You can just open up the dinghy thing and look inside.
Well, I really did a nice roll, but yes, I look in the dinghy. Is the guy there?
Oh, he's so super there, and he's still so super dead. Yeah, it's really gross. It's like there's you see pink stuff that you just think that you shouldn't be looking at.
Okay, I cover my mouth a little bit and do a gag.
Okay, like a dry heave.
I chuckle.
Like a...
Nice. Okay, you want to go back up to the top?
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you should probably make a stealth roll here because this is where most of the guards were.
Who, me?
Yeah, if you're going first, yeah.
Okay. 19.
Okay. Yeah, you sneak up and there's no one around.
Great.
Or is it?
Well,
Or is it? As you start to
So
walk,
we don't have to be stealthy anymore.
yeah, you guys can just walk up there, I guess.
yeah, we were doing such a great job of being stealthy before.
I know.
Right.
I know, we did such a great job.
Made every noise
I
coming
rolled a
in.
16 this time, though, so I creep up because I feel like, you know what? I don't want to waste it.
There you go. Okay, so you get halfway across the deck, and suddenly you see a guard step out from behind the mast and say, "You really thought you were going to get away with it, huh?" And as you look around, you are pinched. There are 2 guards on the quarterdeck with bows drawn on you. The guard that came out from behind the mast is standing there, and there are 2 guards behind him coming up to the ramp.
Okay, so I say get away with what?
Okay.
Act innocent.
Be cool, guys. Be cool.
Hey, get off our boat! What the hell are you guys doing?
Like, what are you guys doing here?
That is awesome. Wait, are you really saying this in game?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was his voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I pull my cleavage down and try to distract them?
Yeah, you can.
Everyone use your
And he goes,
abilities. Go.
Nice try, honey. I'm way too short to see up there.
Oh, I see it immediately because like I have an eye for that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but then, because in the first part, didn't we have like a cleavage shot?
Oh yeah, I had a cleavage check.
It wasn't much, though.
Cleavage check.
Not compared to what
Wasn't
you're
much.
seeing now.
Right, so I'm like hot diggity dog.
All right, so you're now surrounded. And the guard,
How many are there?
there are 5.
All right.
And the guard continues. So there's where you guys came out, you're kind of in the middle of the ship. The guard is directly in front of you, and there's kind of 2 guards behind him. So if you guys are standing in like a line, there's like, the 2 guards up top, then 2 of you, one behind each other, one behind each other, one behind each other. In front of the group, there's 1, and then there's 2 on either side of him, on his left and right shoulder behind him. And as you're standing there, he says, "We got an anonymous tip from our short friend here," motioning to the dwarf, "that we might be under attack tonight. Now," he says to the dwarf degradingly, "why don't you come over here like a good boy and point out the ringleader of this little field trip?"
I fucking knew it.
And the dwarf takes in a big inhale and lets out a long sigh, and he walks over to the guard and faces you, and you haven't known this dwarf for a long time, but and Callus, you've been doing sense motive on this dwarf like throughout the night, and the dwarf looks like unusually humiliated. Like you haven't seen him with sort of this like womp womp. Like the guard is also talking down to him a lot, no pun intended.
Okay.
And the dwarf is looking at you with an apologetic look on his face. He is just standing there and waiting. And why don't you guys roll a perception check for me?
Everybody?
Yep, everyone.
Damn it.
Wah, wah.
This
I
guy's
got
going
4.
down.
7, 10.
24.
Okay.
Nice.
14.
I got a 9.
Okay. Who got 14 and 10?
I did.
Callus and Doc.
Callus
Okay.
and Dot.
So you guys and Tartarus and Sarwin, you guys all notice that the feed bag, which is that dirty bar near the dock, is rocking right now. It's like an uproarious good time in there. Everyone, including Chester, can see that you're surrounded. And Sarwin, keep that score in mind for a bit.
Oh, okay.
So the guard barks again at the dwarf and says, "Go ahead, point him out." And the dwarf is pointing at you, and he says, "Well, you see, sir, it was, I was overhearing them, and I was listening to what they were saying so I could follow them. And while he's doing this, he is pointing in your direction, and he's moving his hand from side to side while his finger is waggling around. But he hasn't actually pointed at any of you, really." And Sarwin, as a rogue, you are familiar with this thing called Thieves' Cant, which is a secret language of thieves. And typically it's a modification on a bluff check, where you can pass a secret message to somebody through a verbal, usually verbal. Sometimes it's sign language. Sometimes it's with written symbols. But for the bluff, it's a verbal transaction in which you pass a message to someone but it takes a long time to pass it. So it's like, what's that? It's like a Cockney almost. Like when in Austin Powers, when his dad and him are talking to each other and they're saying random crap, but they know what they're saying. Okay. That's how that works. But that's not what's happening here. Sarah, when you can see that the dwarf is literally writing letters with his finger over and over as he moves his hand back and forth. And the letters are D, U, C, K.
All right. So I turn around and I shout to everybody to duck and get down, lay low.
And as soon as you say that, you all duck. The dwarf dives out of the way. The guards, unfortunately, do not. And you hear a whirring whistle above your heads as this huge arrow comes over and pierces the guard who is talking to the dwarf and the rest of you. And the rest of the guards are stunned, but the other two that are in front or behind him, they draw their swords, and you are now in melee. And the dwarf runs off back to your side and says, "This is my favorite part."
It's time to cut some heads.
That's right. It's initiative time. Please.
Let's go.
Oh, dang.
So we're rolling for initiative.
You're rolling for initiative.
Which
Roll for
dice is
initiative.
that?
27.
19.
19 for Todd.
Natural 20.
20 for Callus. Nice.
So do we add the +1 for total next to melee?
Nope. This is just we're basically deciding the order of combat right now. Yeah, Sarah, when yours is +4.
It's initiative. It's up near the top.
Oh, yeah. So I did get a 20.
Oh.
I have a +1.
Oh, so I add that to it?
Yeah, so it's whatever you roll.
So I got. Oh,
plus
okay.
4.
So I got 20.
So you got 20 also?
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay, so
320.
I got 25.
who got 25?
Connor.
Okay.
Clubby got 17 total.
Tartarus, and then Callus got a 20. Tot got a 20. Saruman.
For the record, mine was a natural 20.
Oh, yeah. So
Oh,
I figured
nice.
it was. So he can go.
Saruman got a 20.
Oh, do you not have an initiative modifier?
No.
Chester, you got a 14?
17.
17. Very nice.
Yeah.
Dude, we're going to kick these guys' dicks in.
This is going to be interesting for sure. Okay, so Tartarus, you're up. From where you're standing, you have a guard with that's on the quarterdeck to your left. So he's up beyond a railing. You'd have to run up some stairs to go get the two guys that are up there. Directly in front of you, towards the ramp down to the dock you didn't go down to get on this ship, there are two guards. And there is a dead...
With bows and arrows.
Well, no, the bow and arrow guys are up on the quarterdeck on the top left. The two guys directly in front of you, past the dead guy,
Are the guys with...
they're the guys with swords.
Yeah. Okay. So would I be able to go up to the guys with the arrows, or are they out of my reach?
You would...
For the sake of this?
For the sake of this, they're probably a little far away.
Okay. I'll go up to the guys that have the swords.
Okay. You want to go to the one on the left or right?
I'm going to go to the one on the right.
Okay. There you go.
And I'm going to butcher him into pieces. So, rolling 15.
Okay.
And then...
That's a hit.
Okay. 12 for the damage.
Okay. Yeah, how are you swinging at this?
If this guy's got a sword, I want to kind of like charge at him and just like plunge it straight into his chest.
Are you going vertically or sideways?
I'm going to be going vertically this time. There's no collateral damage behind.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you run up and then just from your right side, just put the gigantic greatsword pierce, and you run him through in the grossest sense of the word, all the way up to the hilt. And he drops his sword immediately, and you have to put your foot on him to like kick him back. And he slumps off of your sword and goes sliding down the ramp down to the dock. He is super dead.
Okay, cool.
Which is the sequel to Dead. Came out in 94 on the Super Nintendo.
Nice. Callus, you're up.
All right. How close is the closest guy to me?
You were in the back, kind of. So you are very close, but on a different level from the two guards with bows. And you are probably half the distance away from the dead guard as you are to the guard that's alive standing next to Tartarus and the guard he just completely murdered.
Now, can I speak out here?
Yeah, free action.
So, Callus, I don't know if you remember the whole rock golem incident and almost like destroying me in one kill or one hit. If you want to kind of come up to where I am and, intercept this next card while I'm not able to roll, that would be probably pretty cool. Do what you like.
Well, are the archers? Can they hit everybody from where they are?
They can hit everybody. They're in like the ultimate position.
Oh shit! All right, well, save the group.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think. Can I just turn towards the archers and shield the squishies?
If you were going to do that, you would need to, flanking. Like if you were just in the way of somebody, then they would have a hard time hitting them. But there's no guarantee that they're going to go for that person anyway. Like because you're a dwarf, you could probably only shield one of them. But
okay, then I'm gonna actually. Would you allow me to just pick a person and shield them?
Yeah. That's fine.
Oh, okay. I actually want to get in front of Pubby because I know he has that magic spell thing. The scroll, rather.
So yeah, you're in front of Pubby and you're just kind of like dissuading the arrow people from attacking him. Tot, you're up.
Cool. So, where am I in relation to all this?
Okay, so you are directly behind Tartarus, directly in front of Callus, to the left of Sarowin. And if you look directly to your left, you can see one of the guards with a bow pointed kind of in your direction. And the other guard with a bow is to his left.
So there's only 2 guards left, and they both have bows.
3.
There are 3 guards left. 2 of them have bows, and the 2 that have bows are on an upper part of the deck. They're on the quarter deck by the wheel.
Okay. Dang it, I can only use the level 1 spells once per day. I really hope we don't have to fight that undead guy. So, if that's the case, I am going to... how far away is the dude, the non-bow-wielding guy from me?
He is, I don't know... 15 to 17 feet away from you, probably.
All right, and I can move 20 feet. My move is 20 something.
It's probably 30.
So 30. Walk 20 feet speed.
Oh, I think it's because you're encumbered.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's not really feasible for me to tuck and roll over there, is it? Can I run up to him and slap him?
I mean, if you want to slap him with... What do you want to slap him with?
My weapon.
You should slap him with that pot you tried to use as a damn grappling hook earlier today.
I'm going to attach the pot to the rope and swing it around like something. Just kind of Jackie Chan him. I'm going to kick it first.
That's not going to work, probably.
Okay. Well,
I mean, you could do it. You could do it. It just is going to take... another full
4
round
turns
put together.
Okay, yeah, no. I'm gonna run over there and try. Ooh, I don't have a ranged weapon, so I'm gonna and I don't want to use a spell because the spells that I took are dumb. So I am going to run over there and hack him in the head or somewhere with my weapon.
With the sickle.
Yep, with my sickle.
The new one or the old one?
I'm gonna use the new one because this thing has some meat.
Yeah, but don't forget, it's really unwieldy. So you're going to suffer a larger penalty for using it.
I already have a -1 to melee at bonus.
Yeah. It'll be probably -3 on that attack, bro. Because even if you use it two-handed, it's not going to...
Okay, because I'm dual wielding. I could be dual wielding.
I don't... Yeah, maybe. You can try it. You can do whatever you want.
No, I'm gonna do. I mean, is the damage considerably higher on this sweet sickle? Like, do I
What's
know
your
that?
current sickle?
That is a 1d6 minus 1.
Okay.
One-handed. It says 1H-P.
This is a 1d8, but you have -3 on your attack roll.
You know what? I'm feeling saucy. I'm gonna try it.
Okay,
So I have to roll to see if I hit first.
that's correct.
So I got. Do I modify that at all or no? No, I got an
You
18.
add your because the melee, you're doing a melee attack bonus or a melee attack. So on the left hand side under the saving throws section, it'll say melee ranged and CMB.
Oh, yep.
What's your melee?
-1. So I got a 17.
Plus -3 for that weapon.
Oh, yep. Okay.
So what was the first roll?
So 18. So it's 14 now.
Okay. So yeah, that
Right.
actually hits.
Okay, here we go. Jarg. I hate my life too.
Okay. So this is how this happens. So you go running up to him with both hands on this sickle because it's that heavy, and the guard can immediately sense that this thing is too unwieldy for you. So he kind of puts his hands up to back away, and you catch him right in the hand. So now your sickle is through this guard's hand, and you're like entangled together. And he takes 2 points of damage.
I say like, hey man.
Yeah, you're like that close.
Yeah.
Sarah, it's your turn.
Okay, so how fast am I? Like, can I just take my bow and arrow out and just go boom, boom?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I think it's enough time to take. If you don't move, you can take your bow and arrow out and notch an arrow without an issue.
All right, I'm gonna try that.
Okay,
so I have to roll.
Who are you going to attack?
You said that there's still 3 guards, or there's 2 now?
There is still 3 guards. One of them is standing towards the front of the ship next to the guard that Tartarus murdered, with a sickle in his hand that Tot is holding. And there are 2 guards at the top of the quarterdeck to your left.
Okay, I want to go after those 2.
Okay.
And so I roll.
Yep. So you roll a 20-sided die.
Okay.
And then on the left-hand side, you have a ranged bonus. So it'll be plus something.
So 12.
12 total?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you hit. And damage for your bow. He's within 30 feet of you. So that's why you got the +4. And it looks like it's 1d6.
All right, I got 1.
You got a 1? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just say it grazes his arm, but you hit him.
Okay.
Okay.
Yikes.
Chester, it's your turn.
Am I within 15 feet of the 2 guards up on the quarterdeck that Sarwin just attacked?
You are, but not of. You are, except Callus is like all up in your business. So unless you move, you will have a hard time hitting them. He is protecting you.
Okay. Can I step to the side such that I could cast Burning Hands, which has a cone effect, and hit both of the guards, but not hit Callus?
Yeah, in fact, you could even move around Callus to get up a little bit closer. Oh, wait,
Okay.
but not move around Callus? You don't want to?
No. To not hit Callus, so move around him a little bit, but just enough to not hit him, but hit both of the guards with a cone of Burning Hands.
Yeah, I would say that's possible.
Okay, and that is precisely what I will do.
Okay. And I just need to get out of the way, I think, right? So the first one that Sarwin nicked did get out of the way. The second one did not.
Okay.
So, oh, wait a second. Reflex is half damage. So one guy takes half damage, one guy's going to take full.
Okay, and it's 1d4. So 3.
So the one Sarwin hit in the shoulder, he only takes half of that damage. So he is now here, and The original or the other guard who hadn't been hurt is now here. Okay. And now it is the guard's turn. And right as you guys have all finished and you're looking around, the dwarf is kind of he's behind the mast from where the two guards with the short bows are. And he's got that big heavy backpack that he had on the ground, and he is like furiously digging through it and pulling stuff out, and he is up to something. And he yells out, "Keep him off me." Oh wait, he yells out, "Keep him off me." And now it's the guard's turn. The guard that didn't get out of the way of your save, Chester, is going to roll for Tot, who he is closest to, and is now, his scythe is stuck into the guard. And Tot, what's your AC?
My AC is 12.
He misses you, and the arrow goes into the dock.
Hooray!
The guard that Sarowyn nicked, he's going to return the favor, Sarowyn. And what is your AC?
15.
And he does hit. And he hits you in the shoulder as well for 2 points of damage with an arrow.
Okay.
And then the guard that is attached to Tot's sickle is going to try to kick Tot away. And Tot, what's your AC?
12.
Oh, you told me this already. Thank you. And he is unsuccessful. He struggles, and he just cannot get his hand out of that to kick you away in time. And all of a sudden, you hear this huge slam. And you all hear this. And the door to the feed bag has just burst open, and the brawl that was inside has spilled into the streets. And everyone who is either running, moving, or getting thrown out of the feed bag appears to be in this fight. So the dwarf can hear this, and he says, "Keep him busy." And he's still working on something. And you hear from behind you, "Hey, they're on the ship!" And you hear some people running down the docks now. And it is Tartarus's turn again.
Oh, man. Okay, I think I want to finish off the guy that is impaled by Tot's sickle.
Okay. You are standing right there.
All right, so 12. So I got a 16.
Okay, that hits.
Cool. And let's do all the damage. 4, 6. Okay, so then I got 14.
14 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. How are you going to attack him? Right now, the scene is that the guard's hand is in, like, his right hand is going forward, and actually his left hand is going forward, and Tot's sickle from his right hand is going forward. So it looks like they're kind of holding hands there.
Okay. I'm going to kind of like come from the upper left-hand corner and just kind of sweep down in a diagonal line.
So away from Tot towards the dock?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So as you come down into his chest cavity,
that's it.
You hear all of the sternum and ribs break and shatter, and he falls back towards the side of the boat, leaning up against the railing. And Tot, you are flung with him because your hand or your sickle is still in his hand. And so you end up moving forward as well. And now you're kind of bent over this guard who is like babbling and bleeding and in horror as his most of his entrails are like visible through his chest cavity.
I let out a chuckle.
All right, I'm
so
gonna.
creepy.
Can I go now?
Nope. It's
Go.
Callus's turn.
So, aside from that situation, there's 2 guys left?
There are 2 guys, and they are the guys who have bows that are up on the quarterdeck.
Would I be able to get to them or no?
I think you could get to one of them. You couldn't get to the one that traded arrows with Sarowyn, but you could get up to the other guy that didn't dodge Chester's Burning Hands spell.
Okay. I will get up to the one that I can reach then.
Okay. So you run up the steps past Tot and the guard and Tartarus and that mangle. Run around the corner and you're right up on the guard with the bow now.
Cool. Yeah, then I'm going to smash him with my flail piece.
Okay.
Flail piece.
Nice.
So that's 18 to hit.
18 to hit hits.
And damage is 4.
Okay. How are you swinging?
I'm like mid run because I assume it took, I got short little legs.
Yeah, it's true.
So I'm probably
You're hoofing
got
it.
to run pretty hard. So I'm like not even stopping. I'm like on the way past them towards the other one. I'm just smashing him along the way.
So are you going to do almost like a bull run? Because that is a combat maneuver that you could try.
I mean, I was just going to swing at him as I ran by pretty much.
Okay. So yeah, you overhand swing and drop this right into the short bow guy's chest, snapping his bow and sending him to the ground, sliding behind the one that Sarahwin traded arrows with. And he's dead.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh shit! One hit.
Get flailed,
Tot,
bitch.
it's your turn.
Flail
hand.
get. Okay. I'm like this guy is still alive.
Oh no, he's dead. The one that your sickle is in his hand, he is super dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like,
Oh, okay.
You're standing.
Couldn't
over
be
him,
more
like,
dead.
looking down into his chest cavity, into like a bucket of guts.
All right. I just I take with all my strength my left hand, hold on to the thing, and use my right hand on his arm to pull it off the weapon.
Okay, that's going to be your move and free action mixed together.
Okay. Now I'm just standing there left with hopefully a ranged spell to cast on somebody.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Who's around?
Isn't that the second time today you've been covered in blood?
Yep.
Due to the same person.
Definitely need to go to the laundromat in Sandy Point.
And stop being near me.
Yeah, Sandpoint. Okay, so who's around? Remind me.
The only person left is, in fact, you know what? We don't have to use your move bonus for that. You can just use your, I think, a standard action. And if you want to move and make an attack, you can make an attack on the single guard that had a bow that is up on the quarter deck, kind of in front of Callus, but a few feet away.
Okay, so I will. Well, geez, I guess I go over to that guy.
Okay, you run over.
Now wait a
You
second.
have your
We've got
move.
a bunch of people that are running up the dock, though, right?
There are a few people coming up the dock.
And
Now-
they're like with pitchforks out, torches in hand, like ready to throw down, right?
They don't have pitchforks and torches. They have fists, and they've been in a
Beer
bar
bottles.
fight, so they're all running over. Now,
Okay, are they running over to attack us?
yeah,
Right,
Tartarus, you're
okay.
standing directly in front of that ramp, or almost on that
Oh,
ramp
great.
that you kicked that guard down off of your sword.
I have to cleave all of these peasants.
I'm going to run over to that idiot and touch him with frostbite.
Oh, frostbite, cool. Okay,
Yep.
what's that about?
Run over to that idiot.
Frostbite is a cool spell. What it does is it makes people cold.
It's true.
Up to one creature touched. The effect is the target takes 1d6 plus 1 non-lethal, whatever that means, cold damage and is fatigued.
So that means it is not going to kill him.
So even if it did, it couldn't.
Yeah, I think that if you exhaust somebody's hit points and you do specific non-lethal damage, you just knock them unconscious.
Okay. Well, let's give it a shot because that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So here's my 20. Damn it. 9.
You got a 9?
Yeah, on my roll to see if I hit.
Yeah, his touch AC is higher than 9.
Okay.
Okay, so you're now right up on this guard.
Yeah.
And it is Sarwin's turn.
Can I try to help kill whoever he was just trying to kill and didn't?
Yeah, you have a
With
great
my
shot.
dagger?
You could use your dagger. You have to be. You couldn't get up to him from where you're standing, probably.
Okay. So should I use my bow and arrow, or?
Yeah, you could easily hit him with the bow for sure.
So do I roll?
Yes.
And what do I add this to again?
It's whatever you rolled plus your ranged bonus, which is.
Okay, so I got a 23.
Oh yeah, you hit him like a lot, or like
Direct hit.
Awesome.
Direct hit. It's 1d6 damage.
2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay. He is not looking well. He looks very hurt.
Okay. Is it still my turn?
It is not your turn.
Oh, okay.
So we have, between us and the angry mob, a single wooden ramp plank, right?
Correct.
I think let's torch that thing.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I'm gonna burning
Good call.
hands on the wooden plank.
Okay. Yeah, why the hell not?
And what
But
it
now we're
says
talking.
is flammable materials burn if the flames touch them. A character can extinguish burn items as a full round action.
So Chester has run up next to Tartarus to the ramp, the wooden ramp that goes down to the dock, and threw his hands out and is blasting burning flame all over it, that ramp, and it is now ablaze, which just stopped short the mob of sailors that was coming back to get onto the ship. And while they are deterred, they are still determined, and so they are looking for a way to get back on. Some of them have tried to climb up the side of the ship, but it's not going very well. So as this happens, you hear another... Well, actually, hold on. Yep. You hear a whir, and Tot, you see a gleam of light, and the guard takes a dagger to the stomach or the chest, and he drops down, losing his last hit point of damage, and is dead. And the dwarf addresses you, Chester, and says, "Now that's using your head. Follow me, everyone." And he runs by you, Sarowyn, and he runs up to the top of the quarterdeck, and he's standing up there on the railing now, looking at you, and it says, "Hope you can all swim." And he clicks something in his hand, and what he has been doing over by the mast set off the loudest and most bright display of fireworks and smoke bombs and explosions and distracting whirring noises, and green flames are spitting out everywhere. And he dives off of the back of the boat into the water.
Well, then.
So we blew up
Sploosh.
the boat.
So, yeah, I start running,
Okay.
and I'm wary, though, because I got this really heavy weapon in my hand.
Yeah.
And drags you to the bottom.
You're worried. You're worried.
Yeah, you're in full armor.
I do the heroic jump off the edge, slow motion explosion behind, waving the arms, landing in the water.
Okay. Splash. Tartarus is in the water. And you can hear the dwarf yell, "Come on, come on."
All right, and I jump in too.
You're all like looking at each other like as explosions are going on.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is like a fireworks display. There's like, you guys have to dodge out of the way of like bottle rockets and shit.
So Pubby like runs to the edge, and like it's as if he doesn't even see the edge. He just like trips and flails and splashes and like, belly flops into the water.
Perfect.
Great, great.
That's awesome.
I'm still on the
Callus and
edge,
Tot.
and I'm like, oh god, oh man, oh crap, and then I finally
You gotta let
muster
go of the
enough
sickle.
courage to jump off. Still holding the sickle.
Okay.
Keeping this thing.
Oh man,
Off you
It's gonna
go.
pull you right down to the bottom of the ocean.
That's
if
what
it's
I'm
that
saying.
heavy.
you gotta make that sacrifice.
Callus,
I'm
where you
gonna,
at?
I'm gonna risk it.
I'm going to cannonball into the water. And then
Nice.
as I'm falling, I'm just going to yell to anyone that can hear me, "Please don't let me drown."
And then I call out that he can grab onto me because I'm using my boobs as flotation devices.
And Tat, can you please roll a jealousy roll
Yes.
or envy roll?
16.
Yeah, you're pretty envious. Callus, as soon as you jump off, you hear another large boom, and as you are turning around to look up, and you guys, the rest of you who are swimming away, can look back and see this. And what's happened is an enormous smoke bomb has gone off and completely blanketed the surrounding area, the dock, the ship itself, the deck, and part of the water surrounding it, including the drunk guard, who you can see is still dead over there on the side, enveloping it in dark black smoke as an escape route. And the dwarf has made it to the shore now, and he is waving you guys on and waving you on. And as you're getting out of the water, you can look back to see this scene. And as you look back, you can see the name of the ship. The name of the ship that you've just ransacked. And across the back, above the captain's quarters, you see the name Felton's Rampike. And the dwarf is hurrying you. He gets you guys all to shore, and you can hear him say, keep running, into the woods. And you're running through the woods, and you can tell, Saren, you can tell in particular, because you know a lot about this town, that you are now going west towards the ocean, but this part of the land doesn't reconnect with the Sandpoint mainland. You're on the other side of the harbor, and you're blasting full speed through the woods, the echo of the melee in the distance, and you can now hear sounds of the Sandpoint militia getting to the docks and trying to figure out what the hell just happened here. And then bang, out of almost nowhere, you're out of the woods and in the yard of a manor, which has a very clear view of Sandpoint Harbor. And Sarah, when in your time staking out the docks, you've seen this house a dozen times. It's one of the 4 manors of the founding families in Sandpoint. And you look back over to the dwarf. He says, into the well now, quick now. And he's holding up what appears to be like a circular well cover on a stone cylinder. And he's motioning you towards the well.
All right.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Is this like the medieval version of
Do
a
I still
sewer?
have my rope?
You still have your rope.
And Sarah has the grappling hook still, which she took.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
You want us to
I'll
go
say-
in there?
Use the grappling hook and let us go down in safety so we don't break our legs.
Oh. So keep in mind that all of you, except for Tartarus, can see in the dark. So you could just look down in the well.
Yeah, I suck. So
Is it safe?
Okay.
Well,
Well, yeah. I'm
can you not see- okay, so-
gonna go in.
Okay,
you
so
guys
you look,
can all see.
so Sarah, when you look down in, and you can exclaim this to the people, it's as you drop down in, there's a slide, like a metal slide.
Oh, all right, guys, let's go.
All right. So he says, one at a time. So Sarah, when you go in first, who's next?
I need someone to hold my hand.
Oh, bloody hell. Hurry it up, will you?
Don't look at me.
I want the dwarf. Not Callus, but the other dwarf.
The other dwarf is holding up the heavy stone thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, Tot, let's go.
All right, man. You got it.
All right.
I
So
need,
you two,
I need some help.
I said one at a time. Oh, forget it. Go ahead. So you jump in. Who's left?
We can't fit.
Chester, and yeah, it's awkward for a bit, but you finally get back. He just pushes you guys, your heads down in together.
Yeah, Chester falls.
And then Puppy trips and falls back.
Chester
Yeah.
goes in, he goes in face first?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Okay. Oof, you hear come from out of the well. And then, Callus, are you headed into?
Yeah, I'll bring up the rear, and as I pass the dwarf, can I just do that? You know that hand gesture where you like point at both your eyes and then like
And-
back at the other person,
point at him?
like you're like watching them.
Oh, yeah, you like
yeah.
point and you're like, I'm watching you.
Yeah, I just want to do that as I go
Okay.
by him
So he winks.
because I sense motive a lot on him, and I didn't get shit.
He winks and smiles at you as you jump down in. And then you hear a large thud as he closes the stone cylinder on top. And when he does, he yells, "Down the hatch!" And what each of you have just experienced are the familiar sensations of falling, landing hard on your ass, and gleefully sliding down a corkscrew slide in pitch darkness. Except for maybe Tartarus, who can't see anything in here right now. And as you land in gravel, and you were all basically able to get out of the way of each other because you can see in the dark. And it's quiet down here, and cool and moist and drippy. So you're walking around on this gravel. You can inspect, you can look around. You can't.
Okay.
You can no longer hear the melee across the harbor.
Okay. I'm gonna constantly, wherever Tot goes, I'm gonna have my hand on his shoulder.
Okay.
So whatever he decides to do, I follow.
Okay.
So I got a 19.
You got a 19 for what? Perception?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So there's a bunch of cave moss on all these walls, which are cool and wet, and there is a door. There's a very clear door, but it's built to look like a cave wall. And as you get up to it and put your hands on it and discover this, you hear this big ka-tunk and a squeak, and the wall kind of opens inward, and the dwarf is looking in there smiling and says, "Fun, wasn't it?"
Yeah, I guess.
He doesn't wait for an answer. He just turns around and he says, come in, close the door behind you." And he's walking down a hallway to another door. And the hallway that you're in is excruciatingly short, so everyone besides Callus and this dwarf need to duck as you're going through this hallway. And then it's a short hallway that's all stone, and it leads to another door where he knocks, speaks, waits, and he turns to you guys and says, "Security." And then the door unlatches, and that door opens inward into this room. And as you go into this room, you believe you're standing in an almost perfect replica of the Hog's Head Tavern. Except instead of trinkets, storied gifts, signs of other taverns that have gone by, and similar adornments in Floyd's bar, this version's filled with notes, maps, pictures, trunks, weapons. This is a base of operations.
Oh shit!
Behind
For
you,
dwarves?
well, behind you, the dwarf has made his way over to the bar, basically the replica of the bar, and he's climbed up onto a bar stool. So he's still shorter than everyone but Callus. And only in this very moment do you notice that the six of you are not alone in here. To the dwarf's left, standing on what looks like a couple of bar stools turned into abstract art, is a short humanoid in loose-fitting dark gray clothing. And from what you can see of his body, it's covered in black and blue feathers. And its feet are talons, its hands are talons, and its head is that of a crow. And it's surveying the lot of you with very intelligent eyes. And after observing this creature for a moment, you realize that he's standing on a modified barstool perch. And the dwarf says, "This is Dekka." And Dekka greets you 3 times, once in each of the 3 languages of your heritage, with stunning articulation and eloquence. And then he nods to his right. And a small gray-skinned humanoid is out of nowhere sitting on another stool, who was so movably still that if he hadn't made reference to him, you're certain that you would never have noticed him. And in front of him, he's leaning on a bow that appears impossibly large for this creature. This creature's only about 3 feet tall total. And the dwarf says, "And this is Thulthud." And Thulthud nods. And the dwarf puts his elbow on his knee and leans forward and says, "We're the divers." And he pulls out from his pocket a large gold medallion with a ram's head on it, whose horns end in broken tree trunks. And he says, "By the way, my name's Charlie. Welcome to the crew." That's it for this episode. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's at StabbyQuest for the latest StabbyQuest news, which can also be found at our website, StabbyQuest.com. Our players are Justin Emerson, Connor Kern, Brandon Marion, Sarah North, and Chad Rogers. Your game master is yours truly, Forrest G. Emerson. StabbyQuest is co-produced by Brandon and me. Original artwork is by Justin Gray. Check him out on Instagram at burn.to.build and Twitter at burn2build, or at his website burn2build.com. See you next week.
Good night.
Nailed it.